Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. I've been putting this off forever, so I'm gonna make more videos and actually upload them and wait till I have the right setup, wait till I have the perfect video editors, blah, blah, blah. But that it's not happening. So I'm like, let me just do it. Let me wing it. Let me start it. And we'll find out. I want to talk about animals. I love animals. I know a lot of people here love animals. There's a lot of different people on YouTube talking about animals. And I wanted to share my knowledge. Today, to start out, I want to talk about sugar gliders. I don't know if you know what sugar gliders are, but they're really freaking cool. And they look like flying squirrels, but they're not. They're actually different. And I wanted to do this video in particular because recently I was in Orlando, Florida, and I saw a bunch of flying squirrels flying from the treetops at night from where I was staying, like just flying around. So I was like, that's awesome. I want to make a video about sugar gliders. Maybe we'll do flying squirrels another day. Sugar gliders, lifespan. I have it here on my iPad. Sorry, I'm not a book. Lifespan is about 10 to 12 years. I actually had 2 sugar gliders when I was little. It was the best Christmas present ever. I used to beg my parents, like, please, please, please. I really wanted to get these sugar gliders. I had every type of animal. Well, as many types as I could have had in New York, because a lot of things were illegal there, but I grew up in New York City, and I really wanted to have sugar gliders, and I was so surprised because I got them for Christmas one year when it was a struggle to get more animals into my house, because my parents, of course, didn't want to have like a bunch of animals in cages, which I understand now as an adult, but as a kid, I was like all for it. I was like, I want this, I want that, I want that, blah, blah, blah. I was like sneaking animals into the house. We'll talk about that another time. But anyway, sugar glider variations, they're commonly gray, white, and black. I'll insert some pictures. So they look like little chipmunks, and they're so cute. And they don't like fly like with wings, but they have these things when they jump, they open up like parachutes and they can fly from tree to tree. So I think that's really cool. They're awesome little things. So like these tiny, tiny little cute things full of love. So they're very social. They live in colonies from 20 to 40 little sugar gliders, and they're from Australia. So they're not from the United States at all. They are common pets, exotic pets here, but you can get them pretty easily, but they're from Australia. And they're marsupials. So marsupials are like a kangaroo or a koala where they have a pouch. So when they have the babies, we'll get into that, but when they have the babies, they stay in a pouch. So it's not a flying squirrel. Like flying squirrels, it's not like that. So the alpha males in each colony, there's like 1 or 2 alpha males, and they are like the dads of all the babies in the colony. So I thought that was really interesting. Like even these little tiny things, they have alpha males in their colonies. I thought that was really funny. It just shows like humans are just complicated animals. I really think we're just complicated monkeys. I said it. So at around 10 months, they leave their colonies and they start making their own colonies. Isn't that crazy? 10 months old, let me go start a colony, become an alpha male like over there. And their colonies are like they could be like 2 to 3 miles. Their habitat is wooded areas and open forests. They're arboreal, which means they find their food, shelter, and safety above ground. So maybe they go down to get water. I'm assuming they just get water off of like trees, like leaves, rain. They're nocturnal, so they're awake at night. When I had them as pets, very loud little critters, and they love to sleep during the day. So anyway, in the wild, they live in holes in trees, and they make like little nests with leaves, and they're so cute. They all cuddle up together. Great. They mark and protect their territory, which can be up to 2 acres in the forest. So if you are going to keep them as a pet, which like you need to know what you're doing if you're going to keep them as a pet, because they're not easy. Like that was like not raising a child. It was like raising something very difficult. Like I would say more difficult than dogs. I mean, yes, you don't have to walk them, but you have to take care of them like a lot. We're going to get into it. So if you're going to get one, you want to try to get like a flight cage, and it should be very tall. It should be tall and wide, but more tall than wide, because they need to fly. Like that's what they do. They jump really far. Like they're like little ninjas. So yeah, and they should never be kept alone either, because if they're kept alone, no bueno. They get very sad. It's like if you're going to take a little human and leave it by itself. They need to get a few hours every single day of exercise. If you want to bond with them, you have to hold them. You have to. There's no, like, at least 2 hours a day of spending time with them to really have a relationship. And one of the ones that I had, she loved to stay with me, like all the time. Like she'll sit in my pocket. It was the cutest thing. Like in my shoes, like if I wasn't home, she'd be in my stuff, because I'd let them out of the cage only in my bedroom. But that's an issue too, because then they start shitting on things and they pee on things, and it's just a mess. No one wants to deal with that. But yeah, they did live pretty long lives. I think the first one that I had escaped from my balcony. I had like a bedroom. In my bedroom, I had a balcony. And honestly, my brother, it's his fault, but he went out on my balcony and didn't realize I had them out playing, and one of them ran out, and like I just came home and saw that my balcony was open, so I was really sad. And the other one, she lived by herself for a few more years. She made about like 10 years old, and they lived from 10 to 12 years, so not bad. But she wasn't as friendly, so it was like I had this not so friendly one for the next few years, and that was really sad because I felt bad. She was all alone. She didn't really love me. She never bit me or anything. It was not like that. But she would make this really weird noise. They make this like warning noise. It's like it's really loud. It scared the shit out of anybody. Like really, like they're a lot of work. And if you are gonna have them in captivity, make sure they have like a lot of wood, natural things for them to grind their nails on a little bit. And they need lots of toys. They're very intelligent. They need a lot of toys to play with. Just like parrots, if you get a parrot, you have to make sure they have toys. Like if you want to put treats inside something, it could be like a little puzzle box where they could get treats. I had like a little mini basketball hoop for birds that was supposed to dunk. Sometimes they'd dunk the ball in the hoop. But yeah, they're pretty smart. They are not able to be potty or litter trained, but they're very clean. Their pee smells so bad. I don't know if you've ever smelled like a squirrel's pee, like kind of like mulch, when you first someone puts mulch down and it smells like really strong and just nasty. That's what it smells like it smells nasty. So you have to be cleaning that cage, cleaning it. And if they'll pee on your things, yeah, it's nasty. You gotta watch out. What else do we want to talk about? Yes, they're often confused with flying squirrels, but their biologies are different. They might seem the same on the outside, but they're really more like a kangaroo or a koala. The litter size is usually 2 babies. They call them joeys. So 2 joeys is their litter size generally, maybe like 1 or 3, because it's just an average number. But when they're born, they crawl into their mother's pouch and they stay there for 70 to 74 days. And at about 4 months old, they start to wean off of that and they start to explore the world a little bit. And then at 10 months, they go off on their own. So temperament, they're very active, very playful, very intelligent, very smart. And if you have one, they want to get used to your scent. They want to smell you. They want to know who you are. They want to know what's up. They can develop a really strong bond with you as an owner. They really can. The first time I heard about them was at a party. I was little, and this lady, I was just talking to her, and she was like, yeah, I have these things called sugar gliders. And I was like, sugar who? Like, what? Like, what? And she's like, they're like flying squirrels. And she showed me a video, and it was just like chilling in her pocket. And I was like, who? And a few weeks later, I took a day off of school, and we went to Staten Island, my mom and I was a little kid. And she introduced me to her sugar glider. She had 2. And one of them was like this chubby little fat cute thing. And I just like held it. And I was like, and I was like, I want this. And I was like, can you make it fly? And she was like, no, this one's too fat to fly. Like straight up, can't fly, too big boned. So I thought that was really cool. Just getting to know them. And then later that year, maybe a year later, actually, I took a lot of convincing. That's not an easy pet. So I had to convince my parents for a very long time. And then I came home on Christmas Eve, late at night from Christmas party, and there they were, just perfect little angels, just waiting to be loved. They get 7 inches or 17 centimeters in length. They have these cute little long tails that they'll wrap around you, and they weigh 3 ounces, which is 85 grams. They are as smart as a dog, as intelligent as a dog, and they can be trained to come when called. They could learn their names, and they could even learn some tricks. Mine would sometimes come when called, sometimes, but they definitely didn't learn tricks, that's for sure. There were no tricks being learned in my house. I struggle with that. Their diets, they are omnivores, so they could eat like little bugs. I know they like mealworms, different veggies, could even do pasta, like whole grain pasta is good. They like everything in moderation. I fed mine baby foods. I don't want to say too much about the food because honestly I'm not an expert, but I did a shit ton of research. I mean, I had a book, like a big ass book, just on food alone of what they could eat. And when I would want to introduce something new, I'd do a Google search and be like, is this safe for sugar gliders? And in moderation, I would give everything. Yeah, so in the wild, so it's harder because, they're from Australia, which, maybe a lot of these viewers watching this right now are not from Australia. So you can't always give exactly what their natural diet would be. And that's why there's like some issues with having them as pets. But they eat like wild saps from trees and wild leaves and stuff, pollen, nectar, fruit, and insects. So there's a lot of controversy of what their diets should consist of. Cost from $150 to $500, generally around $200. I got mine for $200 each, maybe about $450 altogether, maybe a little more than $200 each. So that's sugar gliders. I hope that whoever's watching this is my first video on my YouTube channel. Hope that you can like and subscribe, help support me in that way, and like continue to make more videos and actually make a real studio, because I'm in my living room right now. So I would like to, if people start to really watch, then I can actually invest into this and make a nicer channel. Be fun, go on adventures and stuff. I'm in contact with an exotic pet store here in South Florida. I live in Miami, and they told me I could come in, get footage before they open, feed birds. I already have some footage playing with like some snakes and stuff that they have there. So if you guys want to see different animals, they have all different types of things. They have pigs, parrots, snakes, crazy frogs, all different types of fish. So anything you guys would like to see, let me know, put it in the comments, subscribe, and I can keep making content. So thanks for watching.